What's going on, guys? You all here. Welcome to Confabulate, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything. I'm your host, Uel Sanchez. Thank you so much for stopping by. All right, what's up? How y'all doing? Welcome to this week's episode. We're going to be talking about season 6 this week. Oh my god, it's been so crazy. Oh my god. I just took my grad pics yesterday and already ordered my graduation cards, and we're getting there. This coming week is probably my last normal week before the 2 weeks of finals and graduation and capstone, and it's exciting and busy and overwhelming. And yeah, I'm at 19 units, so I have about 9 finals this time around. But it's all exciting, and and of course I'm doing the podcast on top of it because, gotta focus on the podcast as well. So it's been cool, and I've been looking forward to talking about this season. This was a fun one because up until this point, it was like a full year of me not recording with anyone, because the previous season was my music season, so it was all like album breakdowns, and then I took a couple months off to recharge and stuff like that, and then boom, it was like beginning of 2023, and up until that point I didn't record with anyone. So it was interesting getting back to it and kind of thinking about what the theme was going to be. Like, was I going to try and do something different? Was I going to try and do a whole season of people who haven't been on? So I decided to do that, and I'm like, let me think of people who haven't been on yet, some people that I really dig and I really like and I haven't heard of or heard from in a minute. So I wrote down some names, and it was hard. It was hard coming up with some people, and but I was able to do it, which I'm really happy about. And overall, this was a really fun season. I really did enjoy it. And yeah, I was a little nervous throughout a lot of it because some of these people I haven't really seen since high school. And there were some people where, like, I'm looking at AJ's picture here, AJ Valdez, and I'm like, I never really had like a sit down conversation with him. So it kind of hit me. I'm like, the first time I'm actually going to get to like talk to this guy is on my podcast face to face. So it's like nerve wracking, but it's like stuff I'm looking forward to, and I was really excited about. So yeah, there's some really good ones this season. So we can just dive in. Well, we can start with the first one, which is MissIndepodcast. If y'all don't know about MissIndepodcast, it's hosted by Jeremy and Pam. This is the first and only podcast dedicated to Kelly Clarkson. And they've interviewed every member of Kelly Clarkson's band, background singers, producers that have worked with Kelly, her hairstylist, and even Kelly Clarkson herself. They got to interview her. And each episode is either like album breakdowns of hers, or talking about fashion, or her discography, her awards, The Voice, her talk show, stuff like that. And I thought it'd be a long shot to ask them on, because I actually went on their podcast when they first started. This is like 2021. They were doing like the theme for that episode was Kelly Clarkson fans that became fans after like 2015, 2016. Because that's when I became a fan. I think when her album Piece by Piece came out, and The Meaning of Life, that's when I became like a real fan of hers. So they had me on for that, and a couple years passed, and they were doing really well, and they were interviewing Kelly, and they were doing a lot of cool stuff. And I know they were very busy, so I shoot them an email, and they responded, and we were able to make it work. It's tricky too because they're Eastern time, so I think all the times I've recorded with them, it's been like 7 or 8 a.m. my time. And again, super nervous because I don't know, they're a little intimidating because Jeremy is literally a radio show host back where he lives in Ohio, I believe. And Pam, she works in the music industry. She works in Jersey / New York I know she works with Sirius XM, and she does music industry stuff and radio stuff. So they're both very experienced in their field, and also very experienced with being Kelly Clarkson's fans since 2002. So having them on, I didn't think it was going to be a possibility, but they said yes. And this was a big moment for me. It's one of my biggest episodes, and I'm very proud of it. And I'm grateful that they took the time to come on, and I was shitting myself the whole time. And I met Kelly close around this time, a couple months before, so I was able to tell them the story of how I met her, and it was really, really incredible to get them to come on my show and for us to just really bond. And they came back on last year for season 8. Well, we're still in season 8, but they came on at some point last year. I really wanted to have them back on because up until that point, it was going to be about 3 years since this episode right now. So thank you, Jeremy and Pam, sweetest people. They're still dropping episodes every Tuesday. And it's so, even if you're not like a big Kelly Clarkson fan, they're so engaging and it's so easy to listen to their podcast, and they're so great. So y'all should check it out. MissIndepodcast. Thank you, Jeremy and Pam. I'm still pinching myself about this one, so thank you. Let's see. AJ, okay. Like I said, I always knew who AJ was growing up, going to school together. But I don't think we ever had a class together. I don't think we ever did sports together. So I just like knew of him. And it didn't happen until, around this time. He was working for my sister's school. He was doing like social media stuff and photography, videography, doing all that stuff for I think it was actually the whole school district. So I saw him a couple times at events and stuff. And then the first year that I went to North County to give out my scholarship, the Confabulate Scholarship, which is due in like a month. So if any of y'all know any North County seniors, let them know to apply for my scholarship. It's coming up pretty soon. But yeah, this is the first year I went to that event, and AJ was there, and we got to chat a little bit and catch up. And yeah, I just ran into him a couple times. So when I was thinking about this season, I'm like, I mean, it'd be cool to have AJ on to talk about what he does. And also he released a podcast episode at the time, and so I knew he was kind of into the arts in some shape or form, or creativity, I don't know, content creating. He was into that. And I was excited to talk about his health journey too, because that's something I've always struggled with. So I wanted to take some notes and get some advice from him. So yeah, I'm shocked he said yes, and I threw out some days and time, and he came over and we talked, and I loved every second of it. It was super natural, super cool, and that was a really cool episode. Well, I think one that a lot of people were not expecting, but I enjoyed every single second of it, and I wish him the best. He's super cool. And I hope to see him soon, hopefully one day, because I know he's still really close to Bobby, so we'll see if I see him around. But it's really cool that he said yes and that he took the time to come on. And yeah, this was a really cool moment for me. So thank you, AJ. I appreciate it. Who's next? Isalei. Yeah, this was one where it's like thinking about high school, who I had some kind of connection with, and now it's been like years since I've seen her, so I thought about asking her, and she said yes. I believe she still lives in Vegas, not sure. But this was honestly one of my favorites, and I'm not just saying that. I remember I was a little under the weather. I'm literally just laying on the bed as I'm looking at the picture. It's just me laying on the bed. It was extremely easy to talk to her, and I never knew how many similarities we had with struggling in high school, not only with body image issues and eating disorders and stuff like that, but being closeted as well. There's a lot that I didn't know about her, and she kept talking and talking, and I'm like, oh my God, are you like reading my journal? Like, what is going on? I could not believe how similar we are. And even just hearing her talk, I kind of saw myself. I don't know when her birthday is. Like, if she's an Aquarius, I will shit myself, because I'm not really into astrology like that, but when I see how people communicate and how they act and how they are, and I'm like, oh, they're giving Aquarius. And then when I find out their birthday, they actually are an Aquarius. I don't know if Isalei is, but I don't know, the way she expresses herself was so much like me, and it was kind of like I was experiencing it in real time during the episode. Um, Anyways, she's super cool, sweet, genuine. Loved talking to her. And I love that she's a supporter of the show too, that she listens to the episodes. Yeah, I love this one. This was a really cool one. I was able to promote it, I think a month or two before, post some clips. Yeah, because this is one of my first ones that I've done with a video. This is when I learned how to do my Zoom interviews and actually post the video. So thank you so much, Isalei. I appreciate it. Let's see. Oh yeah, here are the clips. Next one is Victoria. Oh my god, you guys. One of the greatest singers. And I cannot believe I'm friends with her. Like, this woman opens her mouth and my jaw is on the floor. One of the most beautiful tones. So gifted, so talented. I've been able to see her show, like, I think 2 times now. And anytime she posts, I'm always telling her, please post more covers. Like, my god, you are so talented. I only met her once or twice because of John Turi. And I didn't even know we were going to CSUMB at the same time, Victoria and I. So once we did, I think we met up one time, sometime last year to catch up a little bit. But at this point, I only met her once or twice, and I just wanted to ask her to come on the show. I thought it'd be cool to shine a light on her gift and on her talent. So she brought her guitar and she sang some songs. And I was just interested in getting to know her, know about her life, know about her as a person. And I loved every single second of it. She immediately was like, can I sit on the floor? Can I take off my shoes? Can I get some water? Because I just wanted it to be super natural and just chill, like just a hangout. So Victoria's really cool. Anytime I get to see her, it's the best time. She's so sweet, huge heart. And she's always supporting me. I always see her liking my stuff, watching my stuff, and always being so positive and so supportive of me. Which you need that. Like when you're a singer or a content creator of some sort and you're trying to put yourself out on social media, anytime you get support from anyone, it makes you feel very good and makes you feel seen. She's always given me that, so I really appreciate that. Thank you, Victoria, so much. Yeah, thanks so much. And thank you for wearing the crew neck on the day we recorded it. I'm looking at the pictures. Super cute. Thank you. Oh, can I put her voice on the microphone? 1 second. My daddy cried and cursed at the wind. There we go. He broke his own heart and I watched as he tried to reassemble it. Listen to this flip right here. My mama swore that she would. Are you kidding me? Never let herself forget. Yeah, that's just a little bit of what she can do. Hopefully you can hear that. Yeah, thanks so much, Victoria. Here's another one, Shakira. I knew Shakira in high school mostly. I think she's 2 years younger, I believe. We were in track and field together, but we also had Spanish together. She has that personality that just kind of, I don't know, it draws you to her. I remember her, God, being so, I don't know, she's like a one of a kind. She's like a shooting star, literally. Like, I remember meeting her and feeling so comfortable with her immediately, like pretty quickly. And I'm like, I want to be your friend. And we were friends. It was really cool. And we got to do a group project in Spanish. And she was someone that I could always, feel comfortable with in track and field. And, yeah, we had a good friendship. But then, life happens. We graduate and we kind of drift away. So when I was thinking about this season, I'm like, oh my God, Shakira. I wonder if I ask her if she'll say yes. And she did. She was going to school in San Francisco at the time. And I know she's an artist too, so I wanted to shine a light on some of her work that she's done. I didn't know she worked at a movie theater. I was able to tell her that that is literally my dream job, even to this day. Like, I really want to work at a movie theater for like a couple days and then quit. Like, I always thought it'd be a really cool job. I just want to give people popcorn, sweep the floors, wear cute uniform. I don't know. Working in that movie theater kind of vibe just really interests me. So, I was very jealous that was her job at the time. Maybe still is. I don't know. But yeah, this was more of like reconnecting with her and seeing how her life has been, which I really enjoyed. And yeah, my setup is very unflattering. I hate a low angle. I think I had to switch because I didn't know, this is my new apartment, so I didn't really know like where I can set up my stuff, and I think I had something planned before but didn't work out. So, and she was already in the waiting room, so I just like put my laptop down. I'm like, okay, I guess this is what we're gonna do. But yeah, thank you so much, Shakira. I really appreciate it. And I hope you're doing good. Oh my God, let me lower my volume. Okay, next up is Cassia. Love Cassia. I actually saw her a couple months ago, her and Julian, and it was very nice to see them because, yeah, like I look at them how I look at Shakira as well, and Gabe. Like, they're younger than me, so I kind of feel not protective, but I look at them like little kids. Like, it's weird that they're so grown and they have their own lives and their own careers and their journeys and everything they're doing. And yeah, like I saw one of my Link Crew kids, Jacob. He came to my birthday in January, and it's just weird. It's weird seeing, because I remember all these people when they were so young. And mind you, I know I'm young too. Like, I remember them when they're 14 and I'm 16. It's not like that big of a jump, and especially now, but I just remember them being little, and seeing them grown is like really interesting. But anyways, Cassia, I don't know. I only knew her because of her brother at the time. But I've kept more in contact with Cassia through Gabe. And so for this season, I decided to reach out. Yeah, like I said, it was hard coming up with people. And like, I would come up with these people and I'm like I'm going to ask, but I'm not sure how they're going to feel about it. Because, I don't really have like a big friendship or a big connection with a lot of these people. So it's like if someone would ask me, I'm like, I'd have to really think about it. So, I'm glad she said yes, and I enjoyed it, and it was really fun. Yeah, thank you, Cassia, so much. I hope you're doing great. It was nice to see you the other day. She played a song during this episode, I think. I don't recall what song, but she had her ukulele and she was able to play stuff. I really want to learn ukulele. I literally have it. I got it for Christmas. My goal is already to know, because I took guitar lessons last semester in school, and I'm like, well, if I get the ukulele, it'd be easier, because I really struggled with guitar. But this semester has been so jam-packed, so I'm like, as soon as I graduate, I'm going to pick up that ukulele, and I'm going to learn how to play some shit. But yeah, thank you, Cassia. Appreciate it. Another one here, Jumeika. So I graduated with Jumeika, but I'm literally like here, I'm like, shit, like, I'm going to ask her, but I don't know what the fuck she's going to say. And she said yes, which I really love. And funny story, this was recorded literally seconds after I recorded the MissIndepodcast video. And mind you, MissIndepodcast was the first episode of the season. So this Jumeika episode had to wait, had to wait 7 weeks for it to come out. Because that's just how it ended up being. And funny story, it was supposed to be a Zoom link. Technical difficulties, she couldn't connect. So we ended up doing a FaceTime. Yeah, we ended up doing a FaceTime. So that's how it went. That's why the quality's not the greatest. But it was nice getting to talk to her and getting to catch up. Yeah, not a lot standing out because it was a big blur. Because the MissIndepodcast video was really early, like took 2 hours of my time. And then literally jumping off, and then having Jumeika already on the next Zoom link. So my brain is like, boom, 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 boom. And then the FaceTime. So it's like, it was a whole, I don't know, a big blur for me. But I appreciate Jumeika coming on, and it flew by. By the time I was done talking to her, it was maybe an hour in. I'm like, I think I don't have any more questions. I think we're good. So, but I love when episodes are like that, where they just fly by. That means it was really great, you know? So, thank you so much, Jamaica. Here we go. Katie. Y'all, this one took a minute. Katie turned this down like many times. I asked her many times, and she turned it down every time. It was just not for her, which I understand, and I know it comes with time. Like Anais came on a couple months ago. That took years to even for her to be open to the possibility of doing this. So Katie was like the same thing. She was just worried about what I was going to ask her and stuff. I'm like, Katie, I would never like put your business out there if you don't want it to. We can literally just chat and talk. And I can literally show you some like topics I want to discuss beforehand. Like, it doesn't need to be like, I'm not out for you, you know? And at this point, Katie and I, like, we're already super close. And we're spending a lot of time together during this time. And she's one of my close friends. I'm very grateful for her friendship. But yeah, she came over to my apartment. Holy shit. Y'all, I forgot again how to... Well, MissIndepodcast was virtual. I was in my my office at work. AJ came over to my first apartment. Isalei, this was virtual. I was in my first apartment on my bed. Victoria came over to my first apartment. Shakira, this was virtual. I was in my first apartment. Cassia came over to my first apartment. And then Katie came over to my first apartment. Okay. Just, I don't know. People told me already, they're like, can you paint the picture of like where you were when you were recording and stuff? I'm like, okay, but I forget. Yeah. Y'all should have heard the conversation Katie and I had once I stopped recording, because we just kept yapping and yapping. And I'm like, oh my God, we could have just kept the thing going. Same with Tiana. When I recorded with Tiana, like, we stopped recording, we were done. We just kept talking and talking. So, yeah, I mean, I love Katie so much, and I appreciate her taking the time to come on and finally saying yes. I was very grateful for her and for her for just doing it. I really appreciate it. And I loved it. So thank you so much, Katie. I hope you're doing good, and I will see you soon. Who's next? JonPaul. Again, I think JonPaul must be like either... Yeah, he's probably been on the show the most. He's right there probably with Bobby and Andrew, honestly. I pinch myself every time he comes on. I already told y'all how much he means to me. Love his music, love him as a person. I think his album just came out, so I thought it'd be cool to promote his album and to promote his work. So that's what we did. It was really cool, and this is the most comfortable I've been with him. The first 2 times, I think. Yeah, first 2 times I'm like shitting myself, freaking out. But this time I'm like, okay, I know JonPaul now. Everything's going to be good. You all keep your cool. Focus on your questions. We're good. So yeah, we're just promoting his work and testing his lyrics. And yeah, he's the sweetest guy. And I get very happy when I get to talk to him, because he means so much to me. And I will not be doing what I'm doing today, singing wise, if it wasn't for him. Like, he's really been a big influence on me. So thank you, JonPaul. Oh my God, Will. Y'all, this one, I don't even know how to explain this one to you. This is Will Heffernan. Met him at the Kelly Clarkson, we'll just say the karaoke search for Kelly's talk show. Met him there because Kelly was going to all of these events and meeting people. So I went down to LA to essentially meet her and take a picture with her, which I did. And I met Will at that event, and we bonded and got his contact info and became friends. So honestly, this idea just came with talking to a Kelly Clarkson fan, you know? So that's why. And Will, he works with the music industry in LA. So he interviews, he's a journalist of some sort. So he has connections, and that's why he was there at that event. Sorry. Still getting over the cold. My voice is still, getting there. Yeah, so it was just two Kelly Clarkson fans talking. And funny story, well, not funny at all, actually, but I was supposed to record with Will on a Saturday morning, but the night before is when I totaled my car and I almost died. So I had to reschedule with him. Yeah. So this episode with him is probably maybe 2 to 3 weeks after the first time we were supposed to record. And right now I'm like in a pretty shit place mentally because I'm going through a lot with that experience. It was fucked up because it should have been 2 of the best days of my life. I was seeing Ed Sheeran. I drove to Oakland to see Ed Sheeran at a small theater, the Fox Theater, and then driving home that night is when I totaled the car. Almost died. I was with my sister. But the very next day, I'm supposed to go see Ed Sheeran at Levi's Stadium. I had 2 back-to-back shows for his last tour. And I still went because I was going to go with Anais. She ended up picking me up, but it was just a mind fuck because I didn't go to bed until 5 a.m. and I'm already up 7, 8 a.m. canceling the Zoom meeting that I had because I just cannot do it. And then having Anais to pick me up, I got to get to my apartment and change, and I'm bruised up. Mentally, I'm so fucked up. I don't know what happened, and then having to go see Ed Sheeran at Levi Stadium and be in a concert environment again and try to be present and sing all the songs, but then still going through whatever, and then going back home and having to still deal with the shit show, But I had to go because I had those tickets for over a year, So anyways, I was kind of fucked up during this time. But thank you, Will, for coming on. I hope you're doing good, and it was nice for you to come on the show. I appreciate it. Yeah, here's Aaliyah. Aaliyah always wanted to come on the show. I always wanted to have her a part of the family season, but she was always very insistent. She always wanted to come. And this is a little different because she actually wanted to interview me. So she prepared all these questions for me, and that's pretty much what the episode is. It was very nice. It was really cool. I was a little nervous because, you never know what people are going to ask you. So, but she came up with some really great questions, and it was nice. So thank you, Aaliyah. Love you. And I'll talk about her next week for the family season. We are wrapping things up with, actually, no, this isn't the last one. So speaking of Ed Sheeran, is it this episode? Yeah. Okay. November 2023. Okay. John Turi is back on. This is the one that I said is way better than the first one, because I'm not like shitting myself the whole time. I really got John Turi and JonPaul in the same season and MissIndepodcast. I really did that shit. Okay. Just taking that in right now. I already told y'all how much I love John Turi. He means the world to me and a big inspiration to me. He got to sing with Ed Sheeran. We'll just start there. Got to sing with Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran was doing like this series of singing to his biggest fans. I don't know how I was chosen, but whatever. And John Turi was one of them. And it's on YouTube. The song is called, what's the song called, John? It's from Autumn Variations. Jesus, Take the Wheel. Midnight in your eye. Yeah, it's called Midnight. It's called the Fan Sessions, right? And it says John's living room. Anyways, John is the biggest Ed Sheeran fan. That's something we've always connected on. We share the same love for Ed Sheeran, and after doing that, John Turi wanted to explain how that whole situation happened, and he wanted to do it on my show. Completely caught me off guard. I'm like shitting bricks. I cannot believe it. And I'm pitching myself the whole time. I did not think that's where the episode was going. Y'all, I didn't know that was going to be the episode. And this is like while we're recording. Like, I have all these questions planned. We're going to talk about John, his new music, yada, yada, yada. No, he surprises me. And you can see the clip on Instagram. He surprises me with this video of Ed singing to him. And, bitch, we have to keep carrying on with my episode. And I have to interview him. So, completely switch the tables. And he just starts talking about this whole experience and how it happened. So that's why I highly recommend everyone listen to this episode. It's really fucking good. And thank you. I only owe all of this to John Turry. He did all of this. He planned all of it. I mean, this is his microphone and he edited it. I didn't really do shit. But it's really cool. Like, this is something that I will always hold so close to my heart. So yeah, that's why it's one of my favorite episodes ever as well. It's always fighting with Bobby's episode. But yeah, this one's really, really, really good. And I cannot thank, sorry, I cannot thank him enough. I've already spoiled it. Did I? Yeah. He's coming back on with Gabe. Yeah, I spoiled it in an earlier episode, I believe. So yeah, give it a couple weeks and then we're good to go. It'll come out. And then our very last one is the Grammys predictions, Grammys 2024, with Andrew. Just the tradition that we kept doing every single year, and they do really well every year. So yeah, we ended it with that one because I think the Grammy nominations came out around that time. So we just get it out of the way. But anyways, thank you so much to everyone that came on this season. Jeremy and Pam, AJ, Isalei, Victoria, Shakira, Cassia, Jumeika, Katie, JonPaul, Will, Aaliyah, John Turry, and Andrew. Loved it. It was really cool. And yeah, next week we're going to be talking about season 7, which is my family season. Yeah, that one is a really cool one. Oh, my laptop's gonna die. 6%, holy shit. Yeah, thank y'all so much for all the support. I have 2 more episodes of reflecting. I'm gonna reflect on season 7 next week, and then season 8, which is my very last season, which we're still doing. We're pushing through. And then I have John Turry and Gabe coming on together. That's been recorded since September, I believe. And then we have Melissa closing things out. That's been recorded since August. And then we will be done. And don't worry, we're going to do a full, like, wrapping things up and doing a full closing of the show. So, thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. And pray for me. It's going to be a very crazy week. Crazy 3 weeks. And yeah, thank y'all so much. Bye.